Hey everyone, welcome back. I have another 10 cards to do today, and I'm using Tempera sticks this time. I'm trying to use things that I'm not accustomed using, that I very rarely use, and these sticks are definitely one of them. I have 5 black cards today, because, why not? And I thought, yes, I would use some of the same colors, even though, for example, I used the blue, and even though the blue is dark, I still added it onto the black card. Why not? But, so these cards that I'm doing, for those who are not accustomed to watching me, this is part of the 100-day challenge that I decided to join in halfway through. And I know that I'm more than 50 days late, but I decided to do them really small. They are the size of an ATC card, artist trading card size, which is 3.5 by 2.5 inches. So it's actually doable. And it actually makes me want to make more instead of getting tired and fed up of making them. So I am catching up. I'm experimenting. I'm playing. I am rediscovering what it feels like to make art and just enjoy the process, because I've taken about 2 months of a break. Not really by choice, circumstances, but yes. So I'm playing, I am, enjoying using these sticks. This one is breaking up a lot. These sticks that I'm using are Faber Castle. The one that's breaking up a lot is the Faber Castle. And the other one is Tempera paint sticks by Sargent Art. I bought them because I wanted to try it out. At the time I never used it, and the price was reasonable. And I think the Faber Castle was on sale, so I was like, yes, because it was kind of expensive for me. So I got it on sale, and yeah, it's kind of metallic, shiny, which is really cool for the black cards, right? Yeah. And then the white shows up on the black card, which I love. But I must say, the Sargent Tempera paint sticks, they go on they glide onto the page, onto my surface. It's amazing. So here I'm just rubbing in all the chunks of the Faber Castle that, it's just broken up onto the cards. And now I'm trying to decide what to do. What am I going to do? And look at that. The Tempera paint sticks by Sargent, they're very juicy. And they glide. They're like butter. It feels so good. You just want to keep making marks, It's awesome. And they're so nice that when I moved on, I actually forgot that they were Tempera paint sticks. So it's obviously a different, it's made up differently from acrylic paint. So the effects would be different, right? Here I'm using a regular marker to just make some writing, some Asemic writing, just to have different marks on some of the cards for when I decide to add my collage. I want to do collage on all of them because I realize that I have a love for it and I really enjoy it. And because I'm now starting back again, I decided that I would do what I love and just really enjoy it. Here I'm using a tool, a small spatula kind of tool. I think it's used in clay, when you're carving out clay. Yeah, because it's small and it has the curve end. So I'm just using that to smoothen out the temp the Faber Castle specifically. And I also made some marks in some of them. So when I was looking for papers to collage with, I found this card that I don't know, I don't remember how that whole piece came about. This combination that is stuck down on the card, but it's there, and I felt that the colors would look pretty cool with the colors that I have on my board today, on my table. So I'm just cutting out specific areas to get a specific combination of colors within the circle. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I got some hole punches, a set of 3, and I'm in love with them. I just want to use them all the time. So I'm circling up a lot these days, and it's fantastic. You just punch and you get circles. It's so easy compared to cutting it out. But yeah, I love these. So I'm just cutting out different patterns to see. So I would have a variety, and I'm just putting them off to the side so I'll have some to choose from. I've gone back into my container again today to get my punch outs, which I did cut out for a different project, and I feel like I'm using them up in this, but it's fine. Maybe I'll work out something. But yeah, I felt like it could work again in this set of 10 today. And some of them, they are working. I love that one that I just put down. And I like the blue leaf on top. I really like them. I just think they're so simple and I really like them. And I love this piece. Look at that. That looked so good there before. That looked real good there. And I wish I had left it. I wish I had put it back over across. It was perfect there. But I cannot undo it. Actually, maybe I could cut it, but anyway. So yes, so today I'm just going to play around with my circles again, and I'm adding in some cutouts today and just trying to put things where I feel it could work or it might work. I'm adding a bigger circle, a darker piece, because I want to highlight the background more. And I like that this is dark with the green marks on it. I love that. I just feel like it adds to the card. The shape and the color, and yeah. I really am enjoying these cards. And I also wanted to use cloth today on more of my pieces. So I pulled out a piece here and I'm trying to use it. I think that could have worked, but I actually did not end up using it. It didn't feel right. But I want to do a set of 10 where I add cloth to all. I don't know how that's going to be, if it would happen, but that is an intention that I have. We'll see how it goes. And this bright piece I got from, did I get that or did I make it? I feel like I made that. But every time I see it, it's just so bright and so brilliant and so, I love it. So I'm actually enjoying using it. The piece to the left that I rested there. So I'm working on this piece with the cloth. I'm trying to figure out what I want, how I want it, but it's really not feeling right, so I ended up not using it. What I do too when I'm working is, if I put something down and I like how it looks, I will leave it and move on to another card. And then I'll come back to it to see if I still like it. So I left this one here that I'm sticking down. I left it because I liked it a lot, but I wasn't sure if that's really what I wanted. So I moved on to the other cards, and then I came back and I'm like, yeah, I like it. So I'm sticking it down now. And with this one, I also like this one, but it felt like it needed something. So I'm trying to add the something, and this here is when I remembered that I used the sticks instead of paint as my base. And because the pen isn't working on it, I was so annoyed because I wanted that fine, thin, gold mark around it as the border, but it wasn't working. So I found this gold marker that I've had here. I catch my skin to open it, but it opened. And I'm just going to add those marks with using this instead. It gives me fatter lines, which I did not want, but it's still gold. And it's metallic, so you see it as, depending on how the light hits it. So I did like how this looked, so I left it there. I moved on to another card, and then I came back and I added what I know I wanted to add before, and I'm just, yeah. This one too, I knew that I liked this piece with it. Just wasn't sure exactly how I was going to add it. So I left that there, and then I moved on, and I'm back to it now. Just sticking it down because it's confirmed. Okay, we like this. So now I'm just sticking it down. And what I like about it is the pops of color around it, the border that's happening, which is highlighting the marks inside and also what's outside. It's separated. It's just, yeah. I guess all the shapes and the highlights and everything. So yeah, I'm fighting up with my gold pen to make some marks. And now back to this card that is giving me so much trouble. Still trying to decide, do I like this? Do I want it? And no, I will not use it. So I'm just changing up the style of it to do something different and see if it could work the way that, the change that I'm going to make, if it's going to work or if it won't. And I don't know why I keep trying to put this stick back in, this thin gold shiny piece. I don't know. But I clearly really wanted it in. But it just wasn't working. I keep thinking of a record. Those record players? Yeah, that's what I saw when I looked at it. So I was like, yeah, no. So I was like, you know what? Just stick these down and leave it so. And leave out the stick. Leave it out. We'll use it in our next project on another card. Leave it out. That's fine. This card to the top here was stress. I didn't know what to do with this card. I loved how that red looked against the green. It reminds me of Christmas. But I really did not know what to do with that card. I didn't know. It was a struggle. I still don't know what to do with the card on the right. I've tried several things and it's not working. So So I'm going to focus on the cards below and move on, and I'll come back to that. I'm giving this one a little border because it feels too open, too unfinished. So I'm just giving it a little pen border. Scratchy, definitely not neat, very messy border. And then I thought, okay, I have some string, let's use that maybe. Because these cards on the left, these three on the left, I didn't know what to do. They just, I don't know. I felt really lost. So I'm wrapping this around. I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this? I don't know what to do. And I just taped it to the back and I added some circles. And it felt familiar. I feel like I've done this before. But that is also okay. It's fine. I'm just happy that I created today. And I got some art done. And my juices flowing, which is actually helping other juices to flow. So sometimes it's about the process. And then because of the process, sometimes we realize that there are things that we like, and so we repeat. And I think that that is also fine. It's good to expand, but it's also cool to know what you like. And I think what you repeat, you know, it helps you to see, okay, this is part of me. No, this is part of who I am. And I think maybe that's part of developing your signature. Because, you know, every artist have their own style. Even though we start off, do I want to say copying? Imitating other artists. Once we continue, we eventually develop our own style, because then we realize what we actually like and what we don't like. So I think it's pretty cool to keep doing, and then you realize, hey, I like to do a lot of this. And it's because that's just your style now, and that's part of who you are as an artist now. And it doesn't mean that it's not going to change. It's just right now, this is who I am as an artist now. And I think that's cool. And I like that. I think it's cool to accept it as well. To understand it and to accept it. It's not a flaw or a fault. Because I've as I said before, I've been looking at other artists to get inspiration. I'm very inspired by some of the artists online. And they have a specific style, you know. And I think that's really cool. And I like that they understand that that is their style. And I like that they know it, you know. It's cool when you're not trying to be somebody else, but you use others to inspire, and then it helps you grow as your own, whatever it is you're growing. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I realized from creating that there are certain things that I like to do more often than others. And I also realized there are things that I shy away from. And so I challenge myself to do those things. More of it, even though it feels very uncomfortable. Sometimes it feels so uncomfortable, but I still try it. So now I'm moving out these cards because I want to really focus on the cards that I have more work to do. I feel like this one needs more work, but I can't think of anything right now. So I'm just moving it out of sight. with some of these cards, as I'm putting them away, I'm just looking to see if they need any little extra touches, and I'm just adding any extra lines, any extra borders, any little marks that I feel that each card might want or need, and I'm just adding them in as I quote unquote pack them away. So I'm bringing these closer now, trying to figure out what to do with them. And yeah, it's so hard. I still have this thing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm still trying to put it in. But I settled for this green instead. And I decided, see, just like that. You rest it down and move some things around. And then in 2 seconds, I made a decision on a card. Which is kind of like life, actually, I've found. You know, you're fussing and stressing about something, and then you rest it down, you move on to something else, and then when you come back to it, it's, you know, it's easier to sort out in your mind. For me, usually that involves prayer. I would step away, yes, but I would pray about it. And then when I come back to it, or even before I even decide to go back to it, I have the answer because God would have provided, you know? So yeah, that's how these cards work for me. That's how I think with a lot of processes that we go through in life, that's how it is. You step away, pray about it, come back, you're good to go. Sometimes when you come back, it takes a little longer, but ultimately it works out. So these 3 cards, were a little trouble, but I did get it eventually. I think at this point I was just saying to myself, Gina, keep this simple. The background is already busy. Just don't worry about it too much. Try and keep them simple. We're using circles. We've been using circles. Let's do some circles. I was feeling silly and I added in an eye. One of those googly eyes. I thought maybe I could add this piece of wood, and I was like, oh my gosh, Gina, this is just too weird. It's too... It really made me laugh. But yeah, I seriously thought about using that eye, but I decided against it. But I really still was trying to keep things simple and get these 3 cards done. What I like too is when, you know, you turn things around and you change the angle, change the perspective, and it's the same piece of paper, but you just turn it around and it works. And I find that so cool. I just think that's awesome. For some, it might be stepping away from your piece of art or turning it upside down or sideways, you know. But so this dotted thing is a piece of paper that I punched holes in, and I liked how it looked and I kept it. Yeah, instead of throwing it away. So I ended up using it here. I just thought it looked really good against the colors, the background. And I was like, yeah, that's what we're doing. And I wanted to add more, but I was like, yeah, Gina, I think that's it. Oh, no, I did. And I kicked myself. I was so mad when I did that stroke. And then I couldn't stop. And here again, I remembered, oh, it's not acrylic base because it's kind of breaking up because it's the oil-based bottom from the sticks. But yeah, I was really upset that I did that big black mark to the top, but I was like, okay, I did it. It's done. So now this is the last card. And I'm like, what am I doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And again, I was like, yeah, Gina, just keep it simple. Let's highlight this blue. And these other circles, they actually have a hint of each color in it. So the one in the middle has a hint of blue. So that's why I'm going to put it next. And then this one has, the last one has the gold. So I'm going to put that after. So that's where it's all connected. And I'm just giving them a highlight, a frame, so that you can actually see it. It could pop off of the card, but all of the circles are connected because they have a touch of each color in it. So yeah, these are my cards, finally. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. This one, it was harder, but I did enjoy it. And I want again to thank you for sticking with me through it all. I really enjoyed these cards. And even though they're kind of dark, I actually think they're also kind of bright at the same time. I don't like that one at all. They were pink with the flowers. But yeah. So, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to your comments. Let me know which ones you like. And I will see you in the next video.